Hello YouTube, Size 17 here, but you can just call me Travis, and I am back for another collection update. Let's just jump in. Alright, so we are listening to, I've mentioned this band several times in collection updates before, so I figured why not play them. This is Vardan with Verses from Ancient Times. This is 2015 release off Moribund Cult Records. This is actually the first album I had listened to by Vardan. So yeah, check it out. Alright, first up is the one that I talked about yesterday in my short-lived video, so if you want some more information on that, check that one out. This is Excommunication with Forsake You Through the Years. This is a compilation of a black and melodic death metal band. Actually, the band is my brother's band. He's the vocalist. This just came out on Friday. Pretty excited to have this. Like I said, if you'd like to know more about it, check out my previous video from yesterday. Yeah, not much else I'm going to say about it, but yeah, pretty cool stuff. Next up is a 2017 release. This album will probably be right up there with the new Night Demon for best album of the year, and that's the self-titled From Satan's Hollow. This is a new wave of traditional heavy metal band, or whatever you want to say, from Chicago, Illinois, in the United States. They're a 5-piece. This is some really rad stuff. Super awesome riffs. The soloing is super great. The vocals are really good. It's actually a female singer, which is pretty cool. Yeah, been listening to this pretty much just constantly since I got it. This was released on Underground Power Records out of Germany. Inside got lots of lyrics. But yeah, this has been pretty constant rotation since I got it. This is really incredible. So if you're into heavy metal stuff, check this album out. You won't be disappointed. Self-titled Satan's Hallow. This next one is the final of 3 albums that I was prompted to buy back when I did my albums that got me into death metal. There were 3 albums that I wanted to include on my list, but I did not own them, and so I decided that I should change that. So here's the final one. This is Vital Remains with Dechristianize. This album came out in 2003, if I'm right. This is a reissue off a Russian label. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. The first letter is a Russian Cyrillic letter, and then Oho, so I don't know, however you say that. So that's out 2015, I think, is the reissue. But yeah, nothing fancy inside, just a bunch of lyrics. It was actually funny when I received this, or actually it was when I looked it up to buy it. I had realized I had never actually seen this album cover before, because I had only had the burned copy from my brother. But yeah, I actually listened to this yesterday. It probably had been a couple years since I listened to it, and yeah, actually was like, ooh, this is actually maybe even a little better than I remember. Yeah, I'm not actually quite sure why I never listened to anything by Vital Remains outside of the 2 Glenn Benton albums, especially since what's his name, Dave Lazaro, I think. It writes all the music for all the albums, but yeah, maybe someday I'll change that. But yeah, Vital Remains, Dechristianize. Happy to have this in the collection. This next album is another album that I wish I would have realized it existed last year, because man, this album is really good. This is Guerra, Eterna from the Spanish band Sacrificio. Sacrificio, obviously in English, translates to sacrifice, and Guerra Eterna translates to eternal war. This album was kind of a trip for a little bit, because I liked it, but I couldn't quite figure out like what they were. I knew it was kind of like black metal, but like, I don't know, it was hard for me to really put my finger on it. And then it kind of hit me, oh, this is like, I was feeling I was feeling reminiscent of like Venom and early Bathory. I was like, oh, this is like first wave black metal stuff, and you know, it's not really necessarily the black metal genre that I necessarily think about when I think about the black metal stuff that I listen to the most. Obviously, I like the early Bathory especially. I don't own anything by Venom, and I only own one album by Celtic Frost. So yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I think it's mostly like the lead guitar stuff and the soloing that they included in. There's something about it that just makes it kind of like I don't know, epic or something. Nothing too flashy on the inside. But yeah, this album is super good. You should check this stuff out. It actually prompted me to go back and listen to the Celtic Frost album that I have, which is actually is actually just this one, which is Morbid Tales. Although my version actually was, when it was repressed, includes the EP, The Emperor's Return, so it actually has both of that material. Yeah, I always kind of thought this was like, this is fine, but I never was really like super into it or whatever. I just, you know, kind of blind bought it based on Reputation one day, many years ago. And yeah, actually, I listened to this morning, and actually it was probably the most I've ever enjoyed listening to it. So I might need to revisit Celtic Frost and actually just revisit first wave black metal in general, because I've listened to, you know, a fair amount of it, but not overly seriously, I guess we'll say. But yeah, Sacrificio, Guerra Eterna. This is Iron Bonehead and Nuclear War Now both actually put the CD out. I think it was actually maybe even just this year that Iron Bonehead put out the LPs for this. But yeah, this album is really good. I recently just picked this up because Nuclear War Now is having a 25% off sale, which I think they still are. So if you have some stuff from Nuclear War Now that you want to get, you should go get that stuff out because it's 25% off. I also at the same time picked up this Blood Tyrant album, Aristocracy of Twilight. This is some raw black metal out of Netherlands. This is pretty good. I've been kind of getting into this sort of realm of stuff lately. I picked up that Candelabrum album, Necrotelepathy. I picked up this. I've been getting into Black Cilice. So, hint, hint. So, yeah, I've been kind of getting into this side of stuff and been super enjoying it. I have to say, I really love the layout and stuff of this booklet. The red and the black just looks like incredible together, I have to say. But yeah, this band's pretty good. This came out super late last, I think December of last year. But I think the CD didn't come out until this year, actually. But yeah, I just got this in, obviously. And yeah, I've listened to this maybe like 5 or 6 times. Pretty good stuff. I like it a lot. Blood Tyrant, Aristocracy of Twilight. As I just hinted, I picked up my first Black Cilice album. So yeah, this is Summoning the Night. This is, I think, the second one. Yeah, it's the second one. This came out in 2000, I want to say 14, maybe 13, off of Hidden Marley Productions. Yeah, this is super cool. I totally believe has the little Obi, the faux Obi strip kind of thing going on, came with it. Anyway, I get back to what I was saying. I totally believe that the Black Cilice guy is the same guy who does the Candelabrum material, because I can hear the same kind of style with it. Just like super jarring, just like intense, super raw black metal. It actually kind of gives me the feeling that I get from Zasterites that I really enjoy. This kind of just like a wall of sound, just like coming at you like constantly. Yeah, I really like that, and you're getting that from Black Cilice for sure. In fact, it probably is the most intense version of the 3 bands. If we want a couple of 3 bands that I've decided to collectively group, which is Black Cilice, Candelabrum, and the Blood Tyrant that I just showed. Black Cilice is probably the most intense and jarring of the 3. But yeah, this is super good. I'm now super into Black Cilice. I need to go pick up the other 3 full lengths and kind of a couple other random things that they have. But yeah, super pumped up to finally get into this. I've been putting it off for months. And yeah, Black Cilice, Summoning the Night. This next one is a vinyl that is a vinyl that I wanted to buy a while ago, but was one of those ones that I couldn't get because it was never released on CD. I wasn't buying CDs, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm buying vinyl, so no big deal. Yeah, this is the self-titled from Iskra. This is some like blackened crusts stuff from British Columbia. Just north of me up here, Vancouver. This came out in like 2004, I think, off Profane Existence. Got this off Discogs at a pretty good price. Nothing too fancy, it's just black. Comes with a couple of things in here. One is a pretty cool, heavy, kind of not heavy duty, but it's several pages long, like a CD liner notes, essentially, bigger size, which is totally rad to me. You know, nothing huge, you know, lyrics, some pictures, information, credits, and stuff like that. But definitely a cool insert, in my opinion. Really like that logo too, by the way, which is pretty cool because it's also fairly legible, but also, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I looked up, it means spark in Russian, Iskra does. And then also comes this little mini poster with a quote. If you want to pause it, you can read that. But yeah, pretty cool little thing. But yeah, I spun this earlier today. I downloaded it many years ago and have been listening to it, but it was pretty cool to put it on the turntable and listen to it. If I can get this in there. Give me 1 second. But yeah, very happy to finally get this added to the collection. I need to now listen to their other stuff. This is actually the only album by the band that I ever listened to. I'm pretty sure it's their debut. Here's the back, but I didn't show it. I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah, self-titled Iskra. And then, as luck would have it for me lately, the seller just decided to throw in a free 12-inch. So this is a band called Black September. It looks pretty dark. There you go. This album's called Into the Darkness, Into the Void. I want to say this came out 2012, maybe, on Prosthetic Records. I listened to this once yesterday. It's actually it's like death metal. I wasn't familiar with this band at all. Yeah, it's death metal. It's pretty solid. It's not my favorite thing ever or anything like that, but certainly pretty cool. Comes with this big poster of the cover art, which is pretty cool. I probably won't do anything with it, but still pretty cool nonetheless. It has a printed inner sleeve with similar to the album art. And then on the back side we got lyrics. This comes on a black, although it is a 180 gram record. But yeah, like I said, you know, not my favorite thing ever, but this is pretty cool, and pretty cool for the seller to just kind of toss us in. I did notice when I was researching the band that one of the band members' last name was the same as the seller's on Discogs username, so my assumption is this is just the band member giving this to me. but regardless, pretty cool thing to do. Yeah. So yeah, this is Black September with Into the Darkness, Into the Void. Alright, now we have this last one, and this one might be a curveball. This just came out on Friday. This is the new EP from New Kids on the Block with Thankful. I haven't talked too much about pop music on this channel, if at all, but I gotta say, I really do like pop music when it comes to like synth pop or dance pop or like electro pop kind of stuff. I really do dig it. And New Kids on the Block is one of those bands that I have come to really enjoy. Their album that came out in 2008, The Block, was their first reunion album, and man, that's probably one of my favorite pop albums of all time. They worked a lot with probably my favorite pop producer, Red One, which you might recognize that name as he is often called out at the beginning of songs. But yeah, the album was really great. It had guest appearances from guys like Neo and Akon, Nicole Scherzinger, Lady Gaga, right before she blew up, did a song on there with them. Anyway, yeah, that album was super great. And then they released another one a couple years later, I want to say maybe 2012, called 10. That one wasn't as good for me. It was mostly pretty ballad-laden, and ballads and pop music don't really work for me. So there was a couple good tracks, but for the most part, nothing too great for me. So I was really hoping for a while now that they would come out with something new. And then my wife, who is actually a huge New Kids on the Block fan, big blockhead, told me that, you know, they were releasing a new EP, so I got super excited. Even though I kind of assumed that, you know, they would continue on with the same thing they had done with 10, and, you know, be pretty ballad heavy. So I went into the album pretty, you know, with that in mind, and I gotta say, I was blown away. Every single song is not a ballad. It's all upbeat, all pretty danceable tracks. One More Night is probably one of my all-time favorite New Kids on the Block songs. I've listened to that one tons. Super good. I also really enjoy the song Thankful. Both those songs, I was immediately singing along with the choruses the first time through listening to them. Another great track is actually a bonus track for the Target exclusive called We Were Here. It features DMX, so that's pretty cool too. But yeah, New Kids on the Block with Thankful. I know maybe this is a surprise for me to be repping. Maybe I lose metal cred. I don't know. But yeah, if you're into dance pop or anything, and you have not given the recent New Kids on the Block material a chance, I highly recommend that you do, because it's pretty good. But yeah, that's all that I have for this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Feel free to comment or about anything you would like, or if you want to give me some hate for listening to New Kids on the Block, you could do that too. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Have a good day.